have my sun in my north node conjunct ALTAIR, and there's nothing online, at least on Google, about ALTAIR. So I'm just interested in what that could mean for me.
Really good. If you find the book by Elena Danaan, A Gift from the Stars, she has a chapter on ALTAIR humans. They're called Akori, blonde humans. They look just like Pleiadians, and they often get mistaken for them. There is a fragmentation there. There's a large portion of ALTAIR collective that turn to service to self frequency polarization, and they created agreements with the reptilians, Grace, and are participating in the human abduction programs, secret government, and all that. They have quite bad reputation, but there are also renegades out there who are trying to help clearing that karma and kind of restore the name. They're also their service to others oriented, and they're helping starseeds, especially that would then have issues or problems with being manipulated by that. So I don't sense the service to self frequency here from you, so don't worry. And then there is another nation in ALTAIR that are 6th and 7th density humans. One of them are called Honor High. This is from Elena's book, and the other one, Dartar, who are benevolent beings and who are also very actively involved in helping humanity to wake up from deception of the service to self fractions. So if you mentioned your sun and node. So
ascendant north node, yeah.
Yeah, so that would tell me that you are one of the Starseed envoy program, most likely part of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and your part of mission and your ego personality, your divine will is in alignment with that frequency, helping people to maybe not be deceived easily, to see through lies and deception and step into their strength, power, sovereignty. Do you align with that?
Yeah.
Aquarius and Leo. So it's about the ALTAIR, what I'm sensing a lot with these service to others, ALTAIRian frequency, there is hidden unconscious inner guilt for being seen or being seen as a leader or entertaining or whatever, because they are carrying the karma for the whole collective, where they're the service to self ALTAIRian humans, they come from ego and they want to dominate, and I'm better. They literally look like that, you know, very uptight. So the other fraction, the service to others, ALTAIRians, they kind of carry that unconsciously, and they feel guilty for coming out and being seen. Yes. They feel right. So you need to transcend that by understanding where it's coming from and give yourself permission to feel at peace when you are seen as a leader, as a guide, as an entertainer, because you know that there's a difference between a heart that is full of ego and, you know, admire me, and difference between your heart, which is engaging in entertainment and holding space for others from very different perspective, to uplift, to empower, to heal. So it's okay. You can let that go, that guilt, and just shine that beautiful light and see the magic of that when you uplift others. Does that help?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I hate being in the spotlight for that reason. I feel like, you know, the people that are in the spotlight are the ones that do it for those ego-based reasons. So totally.
And awesome. What I want to say here is that instead of us pointing at, okay, they're the bad guys and we're the good guys, if we can accept their journey as part of our journey, because we are all one creator, fragmented, rather than separating us, just hold it in compassionate space. What if I too, in some of my past lives, chose that path, but now I know better, so I do better.
Right. Yeah.
I think Julie just summed up Melissa very well. We know her quite well, and I couldn't have given a better character assessment myself.
You guys know me better than most, for sure. I let my guard down with you all. Thank you, Julia.
There's one that I didn't get a chance to answer, and it's an awesome question that I want to share with you. This one was written to me by Suzanne, her Venus, Neptune in 7th house is trining Fomalhaut, royal star that we recently talked about, and it's squaring Altair star. So she says, how would you interpret that? What I'm sensing from this alignment, Venus conjunct Neptune in Scorpio in 7th house, first of all, just this traditional astrology explanation, is a person that is very intuitive, very beautiful, and very attractive to others, I would say, but also an element of almost like a naive frequency where you really want to connect with others and merge with others. It's very, expansive, connecting energy, possibly also artistic abilities and great intuition. And with this being in 7th house, squaring Altair, whenever I see Altair squaring in someone's chart, and especially here in the 7th house, this person will often experience really challenging relationships and theme of feeling guilty about expressing the ego's needs, wishes, and desires. There's something about Altair and this service to self path and kind of ego needs that really want to be expressed in a strong way. So it's that service to self expressions of Altair, or the one that is kind of transitioning towards service to others. These people feel very guilty about being seen, expressing their ego. So the Trine Fomalhaut there, which is very like frequency to Neptune, Venus. It's very like Piscean energy, Fomalhaut connected to Archangel Gabriel, as we talked last time. Whenever I get someone who has strong connection to Fomalhaut, there is a strong resonance with Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, service to others. So it's like that higher frequency is through the Trine. Trine is giving you this inner gift, inner capacity to feel compassionate and very in tune with others. And it's almost like for the first time, this person is experiencing, or the soul is experiencing, the ego needs and the physical body needs, personal needs, and is learning how to find good balance between the two. If you think about higher dimensional souls, there are so many souls on Earth that were never in 3D, 4D, or 5D incarnations. They spent eons feeling one with all, feeling completely aligned as service to others, service to universe, to creator. And for the first time, they're fragmenting into lower densities. So it's very confusing and weird to suddenly be having personal needs and working with ego. So this Altairian frequency squaring it is kind of a theme for this person to actually experience that ego frequency in 7th house through relationships. And it's quite intense, right? Scorpio, Neptune, Venus. So once this is realized, I believe then eventually the person will be guided through the higher wisdom of Fomalhaut, royal star, to stop feeling guilty about it and to realize that in 3D form, it is okay to find a healthy balance between me, myself, and I, and the others, how my decisions influence others. So kind of not go towards one polarity or the other, but a healthy middle of a healthy ego expression. And that's what that square Altair is pushing the person to. I hope that resonates with you all.
Also, when I was younger, I had a lot of difficult relationships, like kind of addictive relationships, with the Neptune, with the Venus, kind of giving my power away to people, to relationships. But I was wondering, because I just have that one square, would that mean maybe that I visited Altair or something, in a past, and had some karmic situations there, maybe? Or
I would say no. What I'm sensing is that you come as a soul that is less experienced in 3D and service to self relationships, and you're choosing to draw Altair into your existence to start experiencing it and learning from it. You don't want to become it. You want to learn it from outside in. So you drew them in to actually, as a soul, experience that shadow side through others, rather than you becoming that shadow side. Does that make sense?
okay, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
So if you can embrace all those experiences, as difficult as they were, as
Mhm.
your choice to help you grow and become more comfortable and strong in your sovereignty, and being able to recognize the manipulative tactics of service to self souls, and just
Yeah,
embracing
okay.
it for what it is, and helping you actually grow stronger in the lower density.
Yes, that makes sense. Thank you.
Much love. Christina is saying, I've seen Altair in all charts I've been looking at. They all had guilt for expressing themselves as pure as they actually want to. Maybe guilt is a large collective topic. For Altair, yes, hugely. I'm so glad this is just a beautiful validation of what I've been seeing over and over. Yeah, so whenever you have a client that you can sense clearly that they have this beautiful service to others frequency and have this guilt, explain to them the collective story of Altair. I actually haven't seen this in any of the books. It's just what I'm presuming, assuming, and seeing from experience. The story that Elena Danaan is sharing in her book about Altair being service to self, very selfish and very manipulating, and they made agreements and contracts with the cabal and other organizations that are service to self. There is a huge collective of that. But then what I'm seeing and connecting to as well is growing collective of souls that are coming from Altair that are already polarizing towards service to others. And they are carrying that guilt of the service to self collective and their own past. They're going now through the journey of, or at least when they're here on Earth, going through the journey of accepting the past choices towards service to self. Once they accept that, transmute that, see the higher purpose of it, then they can resolve the guilt and start coming out in a compassionate, loving, uplifting, inspiring way, expressing their ego, knowing that their heart is pure, their intention is to be of service to others. So it's safe for them to express their uniqueness, their amazingness, their personality. So once they see that it's kind of collective thing that they are transmuting, it becomes easier for them to shift. So I hope that helps. Sumati, interesting. My Neptune is at 0.5 square to Fomalhaut and Sextile Altair, Pluto trining Altair. So if you have Sextile and Trine, there are more positive influences from Altair. I am aware of Altairian souls that have surpassed the 5D, and they are for a long time now service to others, and they're assisting less evolved souls to continue. Not saying that you're less evolved, but you are likely being gifted and blessed by the transcended souls, by the light of Altair. So I would see that as a very positive connection. Perhaps this is giving you ability to navigate difficult relationships with this deep wisdom and centeredness and groundedness. Let me know if you feel that way, if somehow you are able to, you know, some people, even in presence of a narcissist, they're just able to deal with that energy. That's what I would see if I saw maybe Trine and Sextile of Altair in person's chart. They have this ability, just stay cool. Deidre, interesting. My Mercury is opposite Altair. So I would say it was, you know, Mercury, your mind, the way you operate, you think, you communicate, would have been harder for you, especially in earlier years, to come out and be strong in your expression. But perhaps now you are being guided to express yourself in your truth without being worried about, you know, tiptoeing around what you say. Do you say you have that shift, Deidre? Very much how I feel. Awesome. Is Altair always together with Pleiades? So Altair is at 147 of Aquarius, an opposing Leo, and it is sextiling Gemini, trining Sagittarius. So if you have Pleiades in early degrees of Gemini, like Taygeta or Pleione, then you could see that in the chart at the same time, but it's not necessarily related through soul history. You will need to douse on whether both of them are relevant or just one of them, because they just share similar degrees. That's all.